Hello, everybody. My name is Sergey. This is the channel from music lover to music lovers. And today we are talking about a really famous album called Moon Safari by a French band Air, which has a long history, my personal history, where I came to this album, listened to it, and then revisited it a couple of times. And it came to my mind after such a long time that I think this album is one of the best albums of the history of music ever. And here is the thing. Look, the example. Today I went to an interview to a company, and I really somehow counted on this interview. I really wanted, to be honest, I really wanted to be hired. I had high hopes. I Even though you don't have to have hopes to be hired, that's when it works the best way. I went there, it started well, and then somewhere at the beginning something turned the way I did not expect. Maybe I showed my need for this position, or maybe something else happened. But in the middle of the interview, everything clicked, and I felt that maybe this is not going the way it should be. Maybe I did not leave my best impression. Maybe actually I have a feeling like maybe I would not get that position that I really wanted. And that made me really sad. So I go out of the building, everything is sunny, the weather is great, people are going all around, and I'm absolutely, completely packed with anxiety inside of me, feeling like maybe I failed, and I should regret that I have all those feelings. And having all this overwhelm emotions, I'm going home, and it's the middle of the day. I don't have any friends available to speak with them about that. And basically I come home, and then I just randomly pressed play, and that's Moon Safari playing. And I can feel how immediately my heartbeat is going down, my body relaxes, and just my mood sort of starts floating, and I understand that maybe everything is not that bad. Maybe some of things are manageable. Yeah, we will keep going, and the whole atmosphere becomes a little bit more cinematic. Like the usual things. For example, I was cooking lunch with this music, and I can feel that suddenly things, ordinary things, become a little bit more um, like in a theater, more cinematic, more style. And it came to my mind, and actually I had thoughts about this album for a long time. I think it's one of the most universal, most most easygoing, most friendly records of all time, and one of the best records ever. I would actually put it on one of the first places, one among the first places, if I would need to make a rating of albums. And that's because I think this record, what it's so appealing about it is that it's actually so easy to be liked by more or less everybody. Everybody could like such type of music. It's just friendly, it's a little bit romantic, it's slow, it's groovy, but at the same time not too much groovy. It doesn't have a like a boom 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 rhythm. It's friendly. It takes you to a small trip somewhere, like fantasize your own world a little bit, like Moon Safari. Like I can actually imagine when I listen to the album. I'm not gonna name any tracks, but I'm imagining like I am, let's say, swimming in the open sea, and I can see the stars above me. So a full scale, complete, like a star, the sky full of stars. And the water from the sea is very warm. I feel comfortable. There is no danger. It's just me floating in some kind of endless waters and surrounded by the night sky. This is how I would describe Air. It's just incredibly beautiful, incredibly warm, soft and friendly environment where I can just pretend like everything is good, and or pretend or just believe everything is good. It's kind of just boosts you with such energy, and I think it's very it's amazing. It's amazing. So this is why maybe I think it's one of the best albums of all time, is because maybe we have some Beatles albums that were progressive at the time, or King Crimson, or Pink Floyd, or Queen, or whatever, or Bob Dylan, Kraftwerk, you name it. And at the same time, those things are great works, and they progressive, and they give you feeling, and they were really important at the time. While I think that this album Air is what brings it to number one, to the pedestal, is that it's actually, I cannot imagine somebody would hate such a record. I cannot imagine that people would have a strong opinion against this record. They would say, I completely don't like this album. I really, really don't like this album. It just doesn't come to my mind. People can dislike Dark Side of the Moon, or they can dislike Beatles, or they can dislike something else. But Mood Safari is just too organic. It's the way it comes to you, the way you absorb this music is the way you absorb the sounds of nature. This, when you are outside, when you can hear the sounds of the forest, or the sound of the, I don't know, the wild nature. Can you be strictly against the sounds of nature? Probably not. How can that be annoying to you? I cannot imagine. And the same way, I cannot imagine that somebody would be fully hating on Air album, because this is just organic. It's pure friendliness, pure, just soft and engaging music. So it's very beautiful record. I feel like it's also like a good present. You can, if you don't know what to give to a music lover, or to somebody who doesn't even like music, or who is your grandmother, or who is your father, or your girlfriend, or your classmate, you don't know, but you can be sure that if you give them this record, Moon Safari, I don't think anybody would say, "Oh, this was awful present." I think it's just actually on the opposite. It's a beautiful thing that probably most of the people will like, including myself. So I think this is my video, spontaneous, another spontaneous video to tell that I think it's a very beautiful work that that I would put on the scale of one of the few best albums of all time, and give it 10 out of 10. So stay more with me for more reviews, and that's it for today.